Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you for a Tuesday album review, and sorry that I didn't get this out last night. For a premiere for today, I just didn't choose to because I was not feeling well and still under the weather because of medication withdrawals. It's complicated. It's frustrating too that I'm still going through it, but I'm just managing right now. So basically, I'm returning to you for season 5, episode 11 for this Breaking Benjamin album, Saturate, their 2002 album that I'm re-reviewing. It is a re-review, just so you know, because I did review it, I think a few years ago or something like that. I can't remember. Excuse my yawning. And I'm really tired too because I got a little better sleep last night. It's just, there were times where I felt like I needed more. So it's just been, I've been. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for all 13 songs, technically 12 because Shallow Bay and Forever are kind of the same thing. It just leads into the next song after the Shallow Bay song's over. So yeah, pretty much. Let's dive into this album review for the re-review. Now, it starts with Wish I May, and I actually thought Ben Burnley's vocals were pretty good in it, and some of his screams were pretty good to start it off, so really enjoying this song. Really enjoying this song with how it sounds, and drum work, guitar work is pretty amazing, and just his vocals sound pretty good, so 5 out of 5. Medicate is not a bad song. It's not my favorite, but it's it's got good drum work and guitar work. The lyrics when it says "run away, medicate, and get laid," that lyric the "get laid" lyric is kind of the weirdest lyric for the song. Kind of brings the rating down a bit, in my opinion. I don't hate the song. I think it's a good track. Just that's the only critique I have with the track. So 4.5 out of 5. Polyamorous is one of my favorite songs. It definitely rocks for sure. Actually, did see this band last year, um, pretty much with Bush and Alice in Chains, and that was quite a show. It was an amazing show too. Um, I know there was a band that started it off first, Plush, for the event, but then it was Bush after that, then Breaking Benjamin, and then finally Alice in Chains, and that was a good concert. I think Alice in Chains did very well that night at that show, and I did have pictures for it last year on my community tab post, so definitely go check it out. Basically, Polyamorous, 5 out of 5. Skin is a solid track. Don't hate it for what it sounds like. Just the lyrics have its iffy moments with how it sounds and how it's written. So basically, 4.5 out of 5. Sorry about my yawning. Like I said, still very tired. I've had a little bit of a rough start of the week, I guess you could say. So 4.5 out of 5. Natural Life is a pretty strong track. Really enjoyed how it sounds overall. Ben Burnley's vocals sound pretty good in this track, and just the way the guitar work and drum work sound pretty much in this track is pretty good. Even his screams sound pretty good. His growl screams are pretty amazing. So 5 out of 5. Next to Nothing is a pretty strong track. Really enjoyed this one. It starts off pretty mellow with the acoustic work, but it picks up later on in the chorus and throughout the rest of the track. Does pretty well. So definitely rocks. 5 out of 5. Water is one of my favorite songs. Starts off pretty ominous, but then it gets really good with how Ben Burnley's singing it. So really digging this track for what it went for. 5 out of 5. Home is a pretty strong track too. Really like Ben Burnley's vocals in it, and just the guitar work and drum work's pretty amazing, and the lyrics are amazing too with how it sounds. So 5 out of 5. There is some lyrics that kind of is iffy, but other than that, the track does pretty well. 5 out of 5. Phase is it starts off with the Congo drums, and it sounds interesting, but it does pick up later on in like the first minute, and the rest of the track does pretty well with how it sounds. So 5 out of 5 for this one. No Games is another pretty strong track. Sounds really good. So I like this track with Ben Burnley's vocals and his just it's mostly clean vocals in this track, and it sounds pretty good. 5 out of 5. Sugarcoat is the second to last song before you get to the first part of the last song and the second part of the last song. So pretty much 5 out of 5 for Sugarcoat. I like Ben Burnley's screams in the chorus. His growl screams are amazing, and just the way the song sounds overall is doing pretty well. It rocks for sure. 5 out of 5. Then comes Shallow Bay / Forever. There are two songs that make a 8-minute track total. Shallow Bay is like 4 minutes and 5 seconds, and that was a pretty strong track to end the actual standard edition for the album, but Forever is the official final track for the album. So 5 out of 5 for Shallow Bay. Forever is pretty amazing. I really like how Ben Burnley's vocals sound with his falsettos through the beginning of it, and then it picks up later in a pretty good way with how the melody sounds, how the guitar work, drum work, and Ben Burnley's vocals sound really good in it. So 5 out of 5. Overall, production, mixing, and execution wise, I think for this Tuesday album review, Breaking Benjamin's Saturate album was actually really good. I actually enjoyed their debut studio album. It was pretty amazing with how it sounded overall, and just Ben Burnley's vocals, his growl vocals are amazing. Like his growl screams are pretty good, and his clean vocals sound pretty good in this album. And there's two songs I have thought were good tracks, but do have its issues, which are Medicaid and Skin. Those tracks, I don't know, they were fine, but not amazing. So, pretty much they're kind of declining the rating of what it really would have gotten, but I chose to give it this rating. So for a score for me, I'm giving Breaking Benjamin Saturate for this re-review for the Tuesday album review a 9 out of 10. Pretty rockin' album. Highly recommend you check this album out if you're a new Breaking Benjamin fan. It's pretty much a classic album from the 2000s, and it's such a great album. And I think this album's almost 22 years old, if I'm not mistaken. It's 21 years old as of now. It was a while ago, this album. So basically, 9 out of 10 for Breaking Benjamin Saturate for their 2002 album. Thank you guys for watching this re-review for the Tuesday album review.